So I'm going to welcome everyone and call to order our January 30th, 2025 Health and Human Relations Commission meeting for Jefferson County, Indiana. Great. So we have actually a pretty busy agenda tonight, which is exciting. We like it when stuff is happening that we can help with. So our first thing on our agenda that we need to do is to approve our minutes for our last meeting from earlier in January. Did everyone get to review those from DJ? Okay, then I'm going to make a motion to approve the minutes from our last meeting in January, I think, 2nd.
Second.
Okay, Lindsay seconds. All right. So approved. So the next thing on our agenda is we have time for public input or agenda items submitted online. We didn't have agenda items submitted online, but we do have public here. I think Brian?
Yeah.
Would you like to go ahead and bring up the things
Sure.
you wanted to talk about?
Yeah.
We can put it in this part of our agenda.
So, a few years ago,
Can you introduce yourself?
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm Brian Amick.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I work for the county.
Okay.
I work for the commissioners downtown. So a few years ago, the commissioners hired a consultant to do a comprehensive plan for the county. What year was it, Dave? You remember?
Probably was approved in 2020. Something like that. We had the COVID years.
Okay, so through the process, they had public hearings, gathered input from the community and everything, and kind of came up with a list of things that the community says would make Jefferson County a better place. Out of that, there was like 73 or 74 items. There's a lot. So it's just been sitting there, really, with no action being done. So I took it, I sorted them, kind of looked at them all and see which ones we can do easily, which ones are a little harder to do, and who can do them. Anyway, there's half a dozen or so that fall what I thought would be in the purview of this committee. So,
Thank you.
and those numbers in the left-hand column, if you go to the comprehensive plan, which is on the residence section of the county website, you can see that section, that's where that actually came from. So anyway, I was just bringing these to this group to see if these are things you could start knocking out and we can knock them off the list. It's important enough somebody said they thought we needed them, I think it should at least be considered. We don't have to do them, but we should at least look at them. All right? So any questions on it? And of course, I'll help you with in any way I can, to help with them. I'm not just coming in here and dumping it on you. But I also don't want to go off and do it on my own either, right?
Yeah.
This is kind of something you guys are here for.
Well, a lot of these things on here make me think of Bethany Legacy and what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wonder if there's some overlap there to consider and things that haven't
And
happened
there's a
on their
lot of
part.
that through the whole recommendations.
Yeah.
There's, because nothing's just one group working on it, everything's across the county. People, you ask any group of people, and they're gonna have the same thing.
Yeah.
We probably got people duplicating effort on some of these.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
In my thought, we can probably reach out to Bethany Legacy. We can reach out to the health department because some of these would fall in there and see what they're doing and see if there's things that we can help with or, oh, someone's already doing that. So, and there's,
Well, and I think last year we did that when there was different efforts for like a community type center or YMCA and kind of brought all those people that were working differently together to say.
And I'm not saying that you guys have to do this. If you don't think they fall under you, just, feel free to push back and we'll figure it out,
Yeah, I mean, part of collaboration.
I don't want you to think I'm coming in here just dumping
No,
work on you.
no, we are
Okay.
thrilled to have community input.
No, we love
But the faster you can get these done, the better. No.
Well, part of, I think, the purpose of this is to identify collaborators in the community. So, because I know, like, on this commission, we all will eventually rotate on and off, so there isn't going to be like one finite person on this forever
Right.
to like see a long-term project through. But we can definitely help create our own connections to like solidify, kind of motion and momentum for this. Like last year, we were talking to, the health department about, getting more information out about family planning and women's health and more educational programs, and that's something that we could probably circle back on or try to get more connections with or more funding towards.
I think Lindsay knew she got part of this funding coming, and now that she's
Yeah.
got twice that much funding coming, and so I'm sure a little bit of like, whoa, there's a lot coming here. So just kind of see where things are at, how they're progressing, what partnerships they've made
Yeah.
in some of these. So I think it'd be good just to
Check
hear,
in.
right, just this. And, I mean, the county is working with a group to, for kind of the mental health facilities and stuff, so it'd be good to see. I know there was we're trying to get a memorandum of agreement, I think is the official term, with them, so LifeSpring can kind of do an assessment and start looking at things, but just kind of see what their plan would be on working, once they complete the assessment, what are some of their ideas or things that they've done elsewhere. I think they just opened up one in Jasper, Indiana. And it was more than, so it kind of comes from the mental health side of things, but I think it was a complete health place that did everything and had some residential treatment, but also could help people. I mean, some of the things that we talked about early on, they could help people who really didn't have access to certain health care and be able to work with that. So I can reach out to Lindsay and then do that. And so we just kind of start looking at these and, see if maybe there are gaps that we need to fill in, or they're covering it already, or.
Yeah. I guess my question is, like, that I always have with lists, like, when do you check something off the list as being done?
When we think it's done.
Okay.
I mean, it's up to us. I mean, there's no one grading it. There's no one's gonna go, I mean, if we feel like we've met, and there's some, I'll be honest, as I went through the list, there's some that I just looked at and said, this isn't the county's responsibility, There's people, things, it's not, there's people, things people wanted that are out of our jurisdiction, so I just call them down and move it on.
I think something else to do, there were some short term, some medium term, and so maybe.
Yeah, we understand some of these aren't gonna be done in,
And so,
a month.
Yeah, and some of them will never get checked off because it's an ongoing thing.
right.
But,
But
we're working on it.
you gotta set up that system to make it ongoing.
As far as this list, it resides on my laptop. I mean, no one else is looking at this list or even knows it exists. I mean, I'll share it with you, it's fine, but yeah, it's not like anybody's looking at this to grade us and see if we're getting them done.
And where did you say you could find,
If you go to the county, I can show you after the meeting. If you go to the county website, there's a residence section at the top, and it's somewhere under there. I can't remember. I think it's actually when you just click on residence, I think there's a direct link to it.
comprehensive plan,
Yeah.
and then there are.
It's got some good stuff in it. Everybody ought to familiarize themselves with it a little bit.
I think I've Googled Jefferson County, Indiana comprehensive plan before, and it would take me there in one of the first links. So, as far as create a health and human relations strategic plan, by name, that very much sounds like us.
Yeah. And that might be as simple as your charter and what you're doing, continually. I mean, I'd say if we got something that already meets it, then fine,
Yeah, I can put just on my to-do list, because we always like to have action items for our next meeting, so we can come back and revisit them. I can look in to see if other communities have strategic plans for like human relations and things like that, to see if we can have like a guide. So we know what that looks like and how it could be edited to serve our community in more specific ways. So I'll put that down for myself as an action item.
And I guess my ask would be too, as we are working on these things, are you wanting us to report back to you, kind of? I don't know if you're putting.
I mean, yeah, I'll, and I should have put
additions to the
my
website?
email address and phone number on here, I apologize. But I'll get it to you after the meeting, and yeah, or I'll drop in the meetings, whatever.
Cool. I can also follow up with Lindsay at the health department, kind of to see if she can give us an update of how things are going
You're
with
gonna
all
do
their
that?
new
Okay.
funding.
I put myself down, but I'll put you down.
There's
One last thing.
I sure will.
I'm feeling motivated today.
All right, well, lights ready too?
No, you can have Lexi.
Okay.
I'll put that on you to
Okay.
follow up with, that assessment.
The final one on there, is the HCI still, I thought that one. that
Well,
kind of
sure, but
dissolved.
so this was
Right, this
years
was that
ago,
one that
so
was
it may
still
be
going
that, yeah,
on.
that's gone and,
So the HCI is gone now,
Right.
so that's kind of.
right.
Is there something
I
similar
don't know if
to?
anything has taken its place or not.
Not that I'm aware of, I
yeah.
mean, Heather Foy still does different initiatives through the hospital, but as far as I know, Keith is no longer there. There's no more, like, there used to be an HCI substance abuse meeting, like, those things are gone.
You know, this, next to the bottom, work with partners to develop treatment, prevention, rehabilitation for substance abuse. This group can provide those services, but
Right.
they're, you know, they don't know what we could do to partner with them. But is there people in the community doing that, and can we at least reach out to them, let them know that we're here to help if there's something we can do? I mean, that could be as simple as something like that.
Sure.
And,
Maybe Jefferson House and Ruth Haven House and say, you know, have someone come in, just let us know what they're doing. And is there something that we can do to help?
Recovery Cafe.
Yeah, is there another one? Is there a fourth one that's?
Those are the ones I'm most.
I know those three.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, I've been working with them some in the last year, so I can reach out.
I mean, you know, no dates, he's not, so, but, you know, sometime this year would be good. I guess I'm not saying,
Sure,
you know.
sorry, I just love to check.
February is, we got
you like that
18
pleasure
people.
of checking something
Oh,
off
I
the
love
list?
it. I
You
make
make
lists all the
do you
time.
put stuff on your list you've already done?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I can check it
Yeah.
off. That's like, yeah, that's my serotonin boost right there, to check off the list.
Mhm.
So yeah, we don't have to do everything, but I'll put it on like a long-term to-do list. Where we can check on each meeting how that's going, because it's so hard to schedule people to come. And we don't want them all to come in one meeting, because that would be cumbersome for everybody, so.
All right, you got 3 minutes, tell us all you can.
Right. We'll look into scheduling and that sort of stuff. Okay. But yeah, this is all interesting, and yeah, we'll reach out if we have questions and follow up with kind of what we're finding. When we're having these conversations to see if we have kind of ideas for directions or
Okay.
like collaboration ideas, partner ideas, that sort of stuff.
Dave, do you want to put his contact info in the minutes, so that way we
Sure,
have
I
it
can do
when it
that.
goes
Yeah,
out?
I've got
Okay,
that.
you've got it, okay.
Thank you.
Thank
All right, thank you. Okay. I don't think we have any other public comment or submitted online agenda items. Thank you, Brian.
And you don't have to stay.
Oh, that's all right.
You're welcome. So next on our agenda is follow-up on action items from previous meeting. The first thing I have down is we were discussing possibly trying to schedule a visit with OVO. I did not reach out to them to see what dates work for them, so maybe we can just throw an idea out there and see if that works. Also, I think with their operating hours, it may not necessarily work with people's work hours. That's a big challenge to scheduling often, but I have pretty flexible work schedule this winter, so if it's something just I need to do, that's perfectly fine, but I'll let y'all know when I'm going, if anybody is able to join. I'm not gonna assume, I think I'm the only one who's partially employed here, so. We'll just go with that.
Mondays and Fridays I can go.
Oh, okay. I was thinking Monday the 10th.
And I'm also more available Monday, Wednesday, or Friday.
All right, I'll put it out there as kind of a subgroup of us kind of following up on our interest in fair housing in the community. So I'll put a maybe February 10th. Okay, and an action item for me to reach out and then let y'all know. The next action item was, I think, for Dave to continue and follow up with Dr. Turner about the wetlands.
Sure, she passed me on to Alan Abbott. And they have a meeting with Nature Conservancy, there's too many C's in there, Conservancy, next month, and they'll touch base with us after that.
Okay. So we'll keep that on the action items to see how that touch base goes.
And that's the one on
Chelsea Flatwood.
Yeah, the flatlands. I call it wetlands, but it's flatlands.
It is a wetland.
I know there's a lot of water.
It's very wet.
It is very, very wet.
What was that name again? I'll put it in my notes.
The person?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna make me say Conservancy.
Oh.
Alan Abbott,
And you're getting follow-up from?
Yep, from him on their meeting with that place, that organization.
I gotcha. Nature Conservancy.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, great. So we'll have more updates. Next is to check in about recruiting future members. How's that going?
Sounds like I got one.
Yeah, you got one. Yeah, Kimmy did a social media post and it garnered an application, which we'll be talking about in a few minutes. So yeah, keep talking about us, keep putting the word out. I've done some emailing with varied success. I'm talking to one friend who I think is interested, but may not be applying like tomorrow, but maybe in the coming weeks or months. So cool, yeah. But yeah, the application's on our website. So keep doing that. I'm gonna try to stick to the, try to ask 2 to 3 people between meetings and follow up with the leads that I've already had. I think mainly because, like I mentioned before, this is a rotating commission. And technically, we're all supposed to roll off in the next few months, so.
Can we stay on if we
Except for
want?
Lindsay, who's new.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, if we want, we can stay on, but we probably should, like, the nature of it is to get more feedback from different people and ideas, so, and we don't wanna burn anyone out, so.
And the cards that you gave us, that people, that actually was fairly helpful.
Good.
So, if we have more of those,
Mm-hmm.
there's like 3 people that are interested that haven't like
Okay.
pulled
Are
them.
those the one with like the QR codes on them?
And it said a little bit about
Okay, yeah,
what we do and,
yeah.
yeah.
Because we can continue our efforts at different events that kind of fit the theme of health and human relations.
I wonder about having some cards at the Blockhead Street. I think we should have more of them.
Yeah. Yeah, we could do them all the meetings. Yeah, I can,
The
I can
ones
get
that you gave
Yeah, I can-
were excellent.
yeah, I can bring some to the first event next week.
Okay.
I'll be missing some of the events this month because I got some stuff going on that will put me out of commission for a while. So, I'll just be sure to bring some to that first event and y'all can
Okay.
take them and keep bringing them back if that's okay.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Alright. Great. So we are still recruiting. And we will follow up on that next time as well as an action step. The next thing, there was a national fitness campaign meeting, and that happened. Dave and I were both there. And basically it was just them telling community leaders about the options to have those fitness courts. And so they're doing some studies to see where the best places to be around the county and things like that. So some things are in motion for it possibly to happen. We won't know until community leaders basically can get voting entities to make it happen, or to start the process actually. So yeah, it's still kind of in a research stage at this point, so.
I mean, it was encouraging, they're doing several in Indiana, so it's not like this is a national campaign and, you know, maybe Indiana will get one, but they're already going in, so I thought that was good. And, I mean, the county is, maybe one day we'd have a good spot for one, but right now we probably don't have a good spot where you want some foot travel, you want people to be around it. So you're gonna meet with the town of Hanover and Madison, but they have representatives there. Bethany Legacy Foundation was there, so I think they'll be invited back. So I think it's the pieces are coming together that will give it a relatively good probability of making it happen somewhere.
Yeah. And I was there as a representative of this committee, but also of the Hanover Town Council, just gathering information for them. And I have another meeting with them on the 21st, since I'm gonna miss the one on the 14th. So they're having more meetings scheduled up, just to kind of give the information about their assessment about where they could go in the community. I think that's what it's about, So no guarantee that it will happen, but the possibility of it happening is underway. So yeah. Did we have any other action steps that y'all recall that I did not touch on in our agenda? Okay. All right. And next on our agenda is new business from commission members. And the very first one is that we had an applicant to join our commission from Gigi Christie. I shared the application with y'all and a resume that Gigi voluntarily supplied. Those aren't required for applicants, but they wanted to share more about themselves, so I distributed that. This is always hard because we haven't like set a process for it yet. But do y'all want to voice any thoughts about like what we think about proceeding with adding a new member with Gigi's application? Or do we want more information to have her come in and talk to us? Because we have a few options with that.
It was a great resume, yeah, just felt like it was on board with our goals. I was like, cool, come on.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I didn't have any concerns with the application. I thought it would be a good fit. I don't know Gigi personally, but from all the information presented, seemed like a good fit. We do have a quorum today. I'm gonna put the idea out there.
Vote to send it on to
To
commissioners for
as a
approval.
recommendation.
Sure.
Yeah, okay, so we are open to that. Okay, I'm getting nods, so.
Yes, yes, verbally, yes.
I move
Okay,
to send her candidacy on to the commissioners.
okay, so we have a movement. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, so we do then,
So we will at our next meeting, we'll get the, we have the paper that we have to fill out. We'll get the date of the next meeting, which is the 6th, so a week from today.
okay, excellent. All right, I'm just making my note. And I will follow up with Gigi about that. She apologized for not being able to be here tonight, but is open to future meetings. Other new business, I also sent out with that resume, or not the resume, with the application, a flyer for a health fair on Saturday, February 8th from 8 to 11 a.m. with Hunter Hall. This is one of the, not HCI, but Heather Foy help directed events. So yeah, I was planning on going to at least part of it, to have flyers to look for members who are interested in health and human relations. Is anybody else interested in participating or like doing like switching off or collaborating on that?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. So I will note that, and I can reach out to Heather to let her know that we are planning on participating, and I can get flyers printed. Trying to think of fun things we can do at those things, because usually people will have like games that people can play or some kind of interactive thing. But my creative mind hasn't gotten there yet.
This one's the one that's outside, correct?
Actually, this one is in Hunter Hall. So it's gonna be inside, at the Crystal Beach area on the second floor of the pool house. So yeah, there were some outside ones in the fall, but this one's an inside one.
Can we do one of the wheels? You know, you spin the wheel and then
I could ask
It'll be small enough to put
if
on a
people
table.
have a wheel.
right.
The town of Hanover might let me borrow it.
I have a a tabletop Plinko.
Plinko?
Yeah, that's the
Ooh.
kind, like that
Plinko?
size.
It goes into like a thing.
Yeah, can I get with you to get that, and we can like, I don't know, we don't have really a budget for prizes or anything.
And you can't give out candy, I just thought of that, but like no candy at the health fair.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great, so candy. Okay, don't count me in.
Usually they provide the
I think
tables
they have
there.
tables and stuff.
I didn't bring one to the outdoor one, but I have one too.
Stickers, like big these stickers are, if we can give like candies,
Because it's happening quick, so.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
yeah.
eaten.
away.
You're gonna have to have it.
I could go get like oranges and apples.
Yeah.
Give away fruit.
well, and you know, the Tillos would probably donate a great deal of the fruit if you ask them.
I could talk to them.
Sounds like we need to like be thinking of like a prize fund.
Yeah.
Like, I love pins, like we have HHRC with our number,
Oh, yeah.
the county's
Website,
website.
All right, I'm gonna note prizes, get Plinko from Lindsay.
Also, how do you just randomly have a Plinko?
I work at the college,
Oh.
you know, we've just got all sorts of, I even have a giant Plinko, like, we could fill this room, it's amazing. Everything.
Lindsay brings the fun.
I'm the cruise director.
But yeah, I'll think about prizes and maybe reach out to the Tillos and,
And maybe for the next time, we can like get together in between and do little goodie bags.
yeah. Yeah, it's something that we probably should be thinking of long-term, because this is an ongoing thing that we will probably keep doing.
And we have 2 festivities coming up that we would want to really like the goodie bags for.
Yeah, we could put a little info about why apples and oranges are good for you.
Well, okay, and about us also one more.
Yeah, and, yeah, one of those,
Someone messages.
please join us. Please join us. Great, okay. We've got kind of a plan, and, we can think about it. If I might be able to make some stickers and send them to one of the printing shops around here, I don't know. Let's see.
Let us know the cost, cause I'd like to help contribute,
Okay.
so.
Yeah, because I don't mind paying for stuff, it just, like, it depends on how much. All right, so that's something that I will work on this week. All right. Other new business, I know that Tamika shared Black History Month poster with me. A lot of events coming up in February on Thursdays, which leads me to another question that we will talk about in a minute. But yeah, there's some really great speakers and contributors to these Thursday events that are all at the Fairfield Inn and Suites downtown in Madison each Thursday in February. So yeah, I highly recommend. Usually some good conversations and information to come from those. So yeah.
We also have the Indiana Poet Laureate coming to Hanover on Wednesday.
Excellent. Yes. Curtis has spent a lot of time here in Jefferson County. That's great.
Yep, so that'll be really good.
I haven't seen a listing yet, but I believe Ohio Theater is doing
The film
a
festival.
film festival again in the month of February.
All right.
Is there a link on the poster?
I see it every day.
There is not a link, but I think I have a copy of this digitally. If we want to put it on our website, we could do that. Does that make sense? Okay. Let me put that on the.
Just send it to Sarah, because that's all I'm gonna do if you want to, and she'll.
Yeah, I'll send it to Sarah. All right, so we can look out for that on our website. I'll put the health fair on there too. Great. Okay, so.
I mean, we can also, put it on the county calendar.
Okay.
I mean, if you send it to Sarah, just ask her if she can put these on there that way, because sometimes people may not see the flyer, but they may look at the calendar.
Okay, I'll ask her to put it on our website and the county calendar. Great. The other question that kind of came up for this, and not only for this, is that our next meeting on February 27th, I'm wondering if we should move it because I think we're not gonna have some people here. Because that is, it conflicts with the event that you actually are playing a part in. And I know Lindsay said that you wouldn't be here. It's winter break, so I'm not sure if DJ will be there. And,
Right. He won't be. He'll be
Okay.
in North Carolina on a service trip.
okay, so we're gonna, and technically I'm thinking about taking a trip, I haven't decided yet. But, so we have a lot of conflicts and I was just wondering if we should move it, if we can look at the date of the next meeting. We have a lot of action steps, so I think it makes sense to move it later than earlier. So it would be March 6th would be the next week.
Commissioner meeting.
Commissioner, okay. How about, the third, well, we don't want to get it too close to the other one. What about the 7th, which is Friday?
I won't be able to.
Candy's got a no face, yeah.
Well, how about maybe a Monday? Monday's not quite as busy for people, per se.
That would be March,
As I say that,
either 24th or 3rd, or it would be February
February
24th or March 3rd.
Yep. March 3rd.
March 3rd? Okay. I'm gonna
March
put-
3rd would work for me.
Okay. That's 4 of us, which is a quorum.
And DJ will be back by then.
Okay. So we'll move, and I'll tell Sarah to change that on our website as well.
And I'll need another reminder.
Okay. I will send you a reminder. March 6th. Monday.
March 3rd.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Sorry. Thank you. Numbers are not my strong suit. 3rd, as we have discovered when I sent out the wrong meeting date several times. Okay, so March 3rd will be our next meeting, since February 27th seems to be in conflict. I don't think we need to vote on that. We still have a March 27th meeting, we can leave that on that date. And then after that, just making sure it's in my calendar before I forget about it. Okay. April 24th. I know that is on spring break for the college. Is that going to be a similar issue? Okay. Because I think I'll still be here. And anybody else have issues with April 24th? Okay, then I'll put that down for a future date. Are y'all looking as far as May yet? Or do we have any planners?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
My plan is to be here.
Okay.
I'm not quite that organized.
Tentatively, May 29th would be that date if you'd like to look forward in 2 dates.
So is the 26th Memorial Day?
Yes. Yes, Memorial Day is the 26th, so it's the week of Memorial Day, so after graduation. Yeah, we'll put that tentatively. I won't write it down yet. We can look at it at the next meeting when things are more concrete, but okay. So, I jumped ahead to number 7 with future meeting dates, but number 6 on our agenda was to review action items for the next meeting. I'm gonna look through what I have written down here, even though these aren't the minutes, these are just notes for me.
Well, there you go. I'm writing them down.
I always like to make my own notes of what I'm supposed to do, so I have them detailed in the way I need them to be. So we have, Dave is gonna look into the assessment going on with live stream for mental health facilities and community, based on our list here. I'm going to look into reaching out to the health department, reaching out to, or not reaching out to, looking into other communities' strategic plans for health and human relations, and see if I can reach out to addiction-based services in the community for coming to future meetings to talk to us. And then I'm also going to reach out to OVO about possibly in the next few weeks going to see them to talk more about their housing in the community so we can see what their actual services are and I can report that back here. Dave is going to follow up more with Alan Abbott about the update from the Nature Conservancy about the Chelsea Flatlands. We're all going to keep recruiting future members. We'll have probably more updates about the National Fitness Campaign from Dave and myself. Cammie and I are going to the health fair on February 8th, and we're gonna collaborate with our members with prizes and Plinko. I'm going to share with Sarah at the courthouse the Black History Month flyer and the health fair flyer to put on the county calendar and the HHRC website. I did forget an action item. I am working on LGBTQIA plus affirming wedding venues and services still. And I am getting updates to the officiants list. I'm gonna probably wait till our next meeting to update that fully because I have to change the list every month. So we repost them every month. But I am getting kind of more onto that. It's going slow, so if y'all want to also help me seek out venues or musicians or bakers or anything associated with wedding events that might be affirming, that would be helpful. And I also did reach out to Kelly Hoagland at the Leadership Jefferson County. And I'm getting with her to share information about us to their past Leadership Jefferson County participants as a recruiting kind of tool. Yeah. And I'll update y'all on that next time. So action step. That's a lot. I think we can call it at that. Okay, so now that we've covered action items and future meeting dates, number 8 is adjournment. So I move to adjourn this meeting for the HHRC of Jefferson County.
I second.
All right, then we are adjourned.